Let me ask you a question. Do you love summertime? Do you love summertime, Veronica? Yeah. I love summertime. I can't wait for summer. One of my favorite things to do during summer is toast marshmallows over an open fire. Do you ever do that? Maybe going out and camping or doing it in your backyard. Woo! I love to toast these marshmallows. I love to get them nice and crisp. Look, oh, it's on fire. Hey, have you ever been on fire? No, I don't mean set on fire like these marshmallows. That's scary. And if that happens, stop, drop, and roll, right? Stop, drop, and roll. That's your PSA from St. Michael Parish. No, I'm talking about being on fire when you feel the Spirit moving in you and everything's going right. Like if you're playing baseball and every time you come at bat, you get a hit. Your coach may say, you're on fire. Or if you're in school and you get every question right on a test, your teacher may say, hey, you're on fire. Well, today we celebrate Pentecost Sunday, and the apostles were on fire with the Holy Spirit in a really special way. So let's hear it. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you are, I want you to stand up for the good news of Jesus Christ. A reading from the Acts of the Apostles. On the day of Pentecost, all the Lord's followers were together in one place. Suddenly there was a noise from heaven like the sound of a mighty wind. It filled the house where they were meeting. Then they saw what looked like fiery tongues moving in all directions, and a tongue of fire came and settled on each person there. The Holy Spirit took control of everyone, and they began speaking whatever languages the Spirit let them speak. Many religious Jews from every country in the world were living in Jerusalem. And when they heard this noise, a crowd gathered. But they were surprised because they were hearing everything in their own languages. They were excited and amazed and said, "Don't all these who are speaking come from Galilee? Then why do we each hear them speaking our very own languages? Some of us are from Parthia, Media, and Elam. Others are from Mesopotamia, Judea, Cappadocia, Pontus, Asia, Phrygia, Pamphylia, Egypt, parts of Libya near Cyrene, Rome, Crete, and Arabia. Some of us were born Jews, and others of us have chosen to be Jews. Yet we all hear them using our own languages to tell the wonderful things God has done." The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Wow, what an amazing story. Don't you want your heart set on fire with the Holy Spirit, just like the apostles at that first Pentecost? Yeah, me too. I mean, they were so on fire with God's love that they ran out to the streets and they were telling everybody about the good news of Jesus Christ. And even though they were speaking their own language, people from other parts of the world speaking other languages could understand them. Because when our hearts are on fire with God's love, we all speak the same language, God's love. And that's a language everyone knows and can hear and understand. Not only that, the apostles continue to go to other parts of the world to preach the good news of Jesus Christ. And all but one of them gave their lives up for the gospel. Wow, that's being on fire with the Holy Spirit. But guess what? Your heart and my heart was set on fire with the Holy Spirit at our baptism. And as we continue to follow Jesus, we can ask God to make that fire bigger and bigger and burn brighter. How do we do that? Well, just like a campfire, we got to add some things to it to make it burn brighter. Every time we go to Mass, it's like adding wood and making that fire burn a little brighter. Every time you do an act of love for someone, you are adding kindling wood to that fire and making it burn brighter and bigger. And when you pray, you are adding to that fire. And there is a special Pentecost prayer that I want to teach you that will help the Holy Spirit burn in your heart even bigger than ever before. Do you want to learn it? It's very simple. It's just 3 words. Come, Holy Spirit. Say it with me. Come, Holy Spirit. If you're scared about something, pray in your heart. Come, Holy Spirit. If you're worried about something, or if you want to do really well at something, pray, come Holy Spirit. If your friend is in trouble and you don't have the right words or you don't know what to do, pray, come Holy Spirit, so the Holy Spirit can speak through you and say the right things or help you do the right thing. The Holy Spirit is our friend. Jesus and God the Father sent the Holy Spirit into our lives to help us follow Jesus. So pray it with me. Come Holy Spirit. You can say it anytime, anywhere. It's especially great to say today on Pentecost Sunday. So let's end like we usually do. Veronica, come over here and be my partner. Okay. Point to your heart and say, God lives in me.
God lives in me.
Point to your partner's heart and say, God lives in you.
God lives in you.
Wave your fingers in the air like fire and say, the Holy Spirit moves in me.
The Holy Spirit moves in me.
Wiggle your fingers in front of your partner's face and say, the Holy Spirit moves in you.
The Holy Spirit moves in you.
Yeah, let that fire burn bright. Okay, take your partner's hands and say, we are God's people.
We are God's people.
Point outside, let's go spread the good news.
Let's go spread the good news.
Let's keep the fire of the Holy Spirit burning. Okay, we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching the Children's Liturgy of the Word. If this is your first time or if you've been watching for this past year, I want to give a shout out of thanks to Bonnie Spur. You may not see her because she's always behind the camera, but she is the brains and heart behind Children's Liturgy of the Word. She helps every single week. So thank you, Bonnie, and thanks for all of you that are watching. God bless.